started our day by entering Mine Canyon via North Sands Ranch Road just off of Highway 82 in Whetstone. We then followed that road to Mine Canyon Road and cleared 2 unlocked gates, where we then stopped to air down. Mine Canyon is located in the southwestern end of the Whetstone Mountains, south of Dry Canyon. After we aired down, we continued northwest until we crossed into National Forest land, and the road became designated as Forest Service Road 778. The road becomes increasingly more rugged the closer we got to the mountain, and eventually turned into a rugged shelf road with switchbacks. We terminated at the site of the Nevada and Mascot mine, where there is an open adit and plenty of artifacts to check out. I'm always down for a mine explore, but this one reeked of skunk and it was very dark and wet inside. I opted not to go any further inside. On our way off the mountain, we made a small detour to climb a hill and enjoy some of the very picturesque mountain views. After this detour, we made our way back in the direction we came in, and just before leaving Forest Service land, turned right onto a lightly traveled trail towards Mescal Spring. Mescal Spring was known in the late 1800s as Iron Spring, notable because that was the alleged site of the shootout between Wyatt Earp and his posse with the Cowboy gang. The site is contested by modern-day researchers, but Wyatt himself documented the day fairly well and even drew a map. Having studied the map myself, I am certain that we are in the right spot. So we've made our way to Mescal Spring, which used to be known as Iron Springs, which, for those who don't know, this is where Wyatt Earp killed Curly Bill. Wyatt Earp's posse was chasing after the Cowboy gang, which Curly Bill was arguably the leader of. Wyatt Earp had arranged to come out here to Iron Spring and meet somebody that was supposed to bring him money for his posse. He got out here and he basically come upon the Cowboys encampment. Had no idea they were here, and a gunfight ensued. And Wyatt Earp unloaded his double-barrel shotgun into Curly Bill's midsection, basically cutting him in half. So I'm thinking this is the spring. I don't know for sure. It says so on the map. I'm using Gaia GPS, by the way. But let me show you what I found. So I walked up from the end of the trail, walked up the wash, and I found this. And that's water in the bottom. Right there. And that can only come from a spring this time of year. Unfortunately, back in the late 1800s, there was a major earthquake in Mexico, and that caused a lot of the springs to dry up in this area. Just walk back down this wash. This wash is called Mescal Creek now. I'm not sure what it was called back then. Here's the wash I walked up, and that's looking upriver. This would be looking downriver. So I'm just going to follow this down. You can see up here there's an old tank, and this tank has rivets in it, which tells me it's from pre-1900s. They didn't have welding technology like they did at the turn of the century. So most containment vessels were riveted. And who knows how long this had been in use. You could still see some poly piping on the ground, so that's fairly recent. There you can see rivets in this tank. Nothing in it except somebody used it as a trash can. And this is continuing on down the wash. You can see some old piping here, some old rusted out piping. And down here is a fairly modern concrete cistern, I believe, like a stock tank for watering cattle and wild animals. But this is the end of the trail. And this is where we stop. So there you have it. Wyatt, the site of Wyatt Earp and Curly Bill's final stand. This concludes this adventure. I hope you will be inspired to get out and find adventure. It's all around you. Till next time.